Hello there, everyone. My name is Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks. And this has been a very interesting lead up to our show because I keep changing the title. And in a way, the topic has evolved dramatically in the last 5 minutes. So, anyway, let me try to get this gone. There we go. So, this is a program where we talk about the world from the inside out. First, I do commentary, and then I bring on my guests, my friends, who are not aware of what the topic is going to be, and they're going to give their comments. And we'd love to hear your comments too. If you are on YouTube, you can put your comments in the comments. And if you are on Facebook, my public Facebook page, Granny Rocks On, you can just put in your comments and I will see them and report them to our people as we go along. So, uh, the topic tonight is should we live for today or tomorrow and how our world is at stake. And you see, it was interesting. I only put those two pieces together in the last few minutes, and I will explain. So, first of all, I was thinking about how are we to live? Should we always be thinking ahead and being careful, or should we do crazy things in the moment because we just want to? And I'm going to give you an example of that. But in a few minutes, I want to tell you why our world is at stake and how complex this question really is when you start to dig into it. So, I know there are a lot of young people today who shockingly are worrying about their retirement and they're in junior high or in high school, but they're not living their lives. They're worrying about their careers, their income, their retirement, and all that, so all the money that they have to make and all that stuff. So I find that kind of ludicrous. So there is a time in your life when you're young when you need to live in the moment and discover who you are. Try things out. Don't be so darn careful planning ahead for who you're going to be when you're 45 or 64, and you're not even 18 yet. So there is a place where I say, if you're young, you really need to be experimenting with yourself in your life. Now, think long term. Don't take drugs and start drinking and become addicted and all of that, because that will kill you in the long run, but it's also going to kill you in the short term. Now let's look at the other end of the spectrum. James and I are in our 80s, early 80s, I'm happy to say. So we have a little time left. And we just found out some disturbing information, potentially disturbing information about James' health. And we were about to plunge ahead and buy a motorhome so we could live our lives now. And we started thinking, oh my God, I mean, we just found this out today, and you're saying, oh, maybe we shouldn't do this. After all, we may need treatment. We may need the money for treatment, blah, 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 blah. And finally, we decided that because we are old, we need to live in the present. Need to live for today. Even if we only have a year, I'd rather spend a year being happy and doing interesting and creative things than spend this year chewing my nails, hiding out in the bedroom, worrying about what's going to happen. And, he might be fine anyway, which is, I hope so. But in any case, I realize that the very young and the very old, it looks like it's pretty easy. Try to live for today and not stupidly, but because as an older person, you don't know how much time you have. So if you keep postponing what you want to do, it's gone. Okay, so you say, all right, well, that's fun, that's cool, that's. And then in between, you need to be thinking about, do you want to have a family, do you want to have a career, what do you want to do, etc. Now supposing the opposite is also true. Now, what do I mean by that? We in our society always tend to live for today. Burn, baby, burn. Is that what I want to say? I'm talking about burning fossil fuels, right? Dig up the earth, pollute the water, have gas guzzling cars, antagonize. Drill, baby, drill. Thank you. I got a private chat. Thank you so much. Drill, baby, drill. I just couldn't think of it. Very funny. So, that's what happens when you're 80. You lose a few memory cells. Um, and we act like there is no tomorrow. We're always going for the, especially under the circumstances of our current administration. Everything is about short term, making myself look powerful, trying to impress my followers, trying to look big, all of that stuff. No concern for what we're doing to the earth. No concern for what we're doing to the health. I just found out that the Supreme Court has allowed the administration to fire people from the Consumer Protection Bureau uh, that don't agree with them. So they want to deregulate everything so that you can make a quick buck, and the hell with the consequences to the people. And so there it is. That is a really very, very poor use of live for today. In that case, we had better start living for tomorrow, thinking about the consequences of our collective actions. So, isn't that funny? It's just the opposite of what I was talking about in our personal lives. We have to think for tomorrow because we are impacting billions of people, not just millions of people. We're impacting billions of people. Climate change is an existential crisis, it is being said by everybody but our government. And it's not just that. It is the way that we exploit people without caring for their health, their well-being, taking away uh, health care from the poor, as though we're not going to end up having to have people either dying on us or loading themselves on the hospitals, having to close rural, all of that lack of thinking, because it's all about the short-term game. So we are not thinking long term. Now, the other thing, the other side of that is, let's say you're a person and you're looking at the situation and you're saying, oh my God, people are being picked up and put in unmarked cars and sent to detention, sent to concentration camps or detention centers, and all of this stuff is happening. But, I don't know if I want to get out of bed today, or, I have a concert tonight. I don't think I want to think about that, or, I can't do anything about that anyway, and why should I bother? And, all that. I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm too something. I'm too something. Now that is thinking short term, because you're not thinking about what's happening. You're thinking short term. But on the other hand, what you're thinking short term is all fear based. Think long term. Think what is going to happen to this world if we don't stop it now, intervene in the authoritarianism that is being happened. I just found out tonight that Paramount Studios, who owns CBS, that just has decided they're going to get rid of their Stephen Colbert, their late show, their most popular show, is that Paramount Studios, guess what? They are making a deal with the administration to remove all their DEI and to have an ombudsman there, somebody who's going to make sure that all the reporting is fair. In other words, that's going to be favorable to the administration. Now, what are they thinking? They're thinking short-term gain. They're thinking short-term gain. They're not thinking about the freedom of speech. They're not thinking about freedom of the press, those things that have been with us for a very long time and that are so important to us. So it isn't just people who are afraid to go out and take a chance on something terrible happening to them. And not that I blame them for worrying about it, but you have to also think about if you don't do that, how are you going to feel today and how are you going to feel tomorrow when fascism has completely taken over? And what are we doing to this beautiful land that had so much promise and that has been so destroyed by greed, by honestly, the capitalist system in its most idle, unbridled form, by allowing the billionaires to take over the government through disastrous funding for elections, through all of these things. What are we doing? What are we doing? So that's why I say it seems better for us to be living in the present than just focused on obsessing about our security in the future. But on the other hand, when it comes to what's happening in our collective life, we better start thinking about the future. And now I'm going to bring on my friends. So we have Lizzie Treehart,
Hello.
Hello. Todd Benton, and James Maynard, whose uh, video is not on. James, do you want to come in here or do you want to just do this on audio? Can you hear us? Okay. Okay, we'll see what happens. Okay. So, any comments on what I have said tonight? On what first looked like a kind of a happy, fluffy topic, right?
Well,
Well,
I'll
I'll
go.
go. Okay.
There's a bit of an echo again. I don't know why.
I don't know. Maybe it's on James' end this time. Uh, I don't know.
Okay.
James, you have the wrong camera. There you go. Okay, now we can't hear you, but at least you're on
I'm
the right
unmuted,
camera. Okay, you're good now.
and there's still an echo.
Can you close your
I
door?
My door is closed.
No,
That's what
James.
mine.
I doubt that
Okay.
that's it. It's all the way down the hall. I don't know what happened. It was kind of crazy tonight because when I got on, they put two of me on, and I had to turn it all off and start again.
Oh, got it. So it might
But
have been the same thing as before, where there's two people on.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's
But
a
I
little hard
took
to
it
talk
off.
because I hear the echo, but I
Okay.
will work my way through it.
Funny, I'm the only one who's not hearing an echo. Okay, let's go. Let's do the best we can.
So I'm in both camps of living for today and living for the future. I mean, I'm living for the day for myself because I'm 60 but I'm also living for the future because I have children and I care about the planet they're going to be inheriting. Um, so that's interesting to be in, both of those places.
That's right. So
Yeah.
you're really in alignment with what I was talking about.
Yes. Yeah.
And do you have any inner conflict about that?
Um, Good question. I think I do sometimes. Uh,
I do. I still think a little bit of like, oh my God, we're spending all of our money. We don't have that much. And supposing we live more than 5 years, and what are we going to do? And you know what I mean? You
yeah.
know, so I can understand having that. And also, I can understand saying, oh my God, do I have to protest again today? Or, can I take it? Well, which we do need. I mean, we need to have time to nurture ourselves. But see, that is also living for tomorrow, because if we don't nurture ourselves today, we won't be around tomorrow to help this continue, to
Yeah.
help all this resistance continue. So carry on.
Yeah, I saw a photo of the starvation in Gaza yesterday, and it just was like a gut punch. I was just because I hadn't seen it so vividly, and I saw a couple images of the hospitals and the kids that are a mom caring for his teenage child that he's like bones. It's just it's devastating, and it's feels so powerless, you know. So it's difficult to stay motivated. Like, what can I do to stop that? Yeah.
Yeah, but giving up isn't the answer.
No.
So
No,
we have to
definitely.
pace ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves in the present while we're also realizing the future impact of everything that we do.
Yeah.
I heard something tonight before I got on the air that just made me nuts too, which was somebody that Todd likes a lot, Heather Cox Richardson. She was talking about today, she heard that Tulsi Gabbard, our director of national intelligence, is now quoting Russian intelligence to make to saying that Hillary Clinton was on tranquilizers in 2016 and making her sound like a complete maniac. And this is and she doesn't tell you that this is coming from Russian intelligence. By the way, is it not working in there, James?
It looks like it came back after I left.
You're fine.
Okay, I'll go back.
Okay. Okay, that's all right. Either way, honey. Yes.
But he won't have the echo if he's with you. So you might want to do that because it's awfully hard to talk when you hear yourself echoing. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I don't know what to do. It's not here. I mean, it's not me. Okay. Who else?
I could share.
Yes. Did you hear my introduction?
Yes, I did. I heard all of that. I'd have to confess that I like to live in the mañana culture. Tomorrow, not today, tomorrow. And it's catching up with me. For example, I've wanted to make a music video of a song that I wrote called "In a Revolution." And this has been sitting around for a long, long time. Well, I finally took the attitude, I got to act now. I got to live in the present, make it happen. And with your help, it's done. And now I just got to put it up on YouTube and let people know about it. But I had to come out of the manana culture and say, by God, I got to get this done now. It's the same for all the aspects of my life. You mentioned the motorhome. If not now, when? And hey, if we want to be as happy as possible, have as much life experience as possible, let's act now, get that motorhome, and we'll see how long we last doing that.
Before we go broke, which is another possibility.
Yeah. Well, then we sell the motorhome or sell other stuff off.
Sell my hair, not that many people could use it. Use it for pillows, stuffings.
Yeah. So I'm very much living in the here and now. I mean, I'm in my early 80s, and there's not much time left on the hourglass, even if it's 10, 15 years. And so this is time to act now. Live it up.
Live it up and make your voice heard. People, will say, if this continues, what were you doing when the government became authoritarian? You say, well, I don't know. I think I was having pizza that night. You might not feel good about that.
Well, you've been speaking out against it quite a lot. And I too have been doing that and showing up for protests, etc.
Yeah, but I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about other people too. And I'm hoping that I hope that this sound isn't so bad for people who are listening on the air that they can't share this program with others, because you may know other people who are really facing these kinds of questions. So who's next? I guess it would be Lizzie.
Yes. Well, I agree with what you said. I don't know if I have much more to add. Yeah, we got to take care of ourselves to get ready for a really long marathon. And do what we can to take care of the tomorrow. I have found that there's times where I get really down because it's like, wow, there's just so much negativity. But my wife helped me and be like, 50, 60 years ago, we couldn't have gone to a pride parade and had so much fun and laughter and so many people coming together to celebrate. I'm like, oh, that's right. So I'm just really hoping that people's hearts turn for the better. I don't know.
Yeah. And in order for people's hearts to turn for the better, a lot of them need to stop thinking about me in the short term.
Yes. I'm in a study group for living with reality, and we're reading the part about ego and ego once born and the ego twice born. And our society is so much in the ego once born. It's very infantile. It is all about me, 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 me. And it's like, how can we get this concept or, the 100th monkey to happen? To get egos to evolve, to get out of this me short term, make more money, more power.
Yeah. Well, I think you had something to say. And Living with Reality is a book that I wrote that is free on our healingartsnetwork.org website. You can go in and you can look for the books and blogs, and you'll see that book, and you can download it for free. And it is a program where people actually study it and think about it and ask themselves questions, and you can pass that on. And that's glad that you're in a Living with Reality study group. I wish we could get more people in to start to shift the consciousness around this. And at the same time, it's so fascinating that this thing about, oh, I'm young and I'm worrying about retirement, or, I always I'm calculating my future. Oh, yeah, I'm going to kiss ass today so that I can make more tomorrow, or I'm going to, change the way I look so that I can, get a rich husband or whatever it is. That is all such short term thinking. You're not thinking, I mean, in a way, it all looks like you're thinking about the future. Yeah, you're saying I'm thinking about the future, but you're not. You're thinking the same way. You're not giving yourself a chance to evolve and to change and to become different in the future. We don't have to stay the same.
Yeah. Did you say Kenneth said hi?
Who did?
Someone from, I don't know if it's Facebook or
Kenneth says
YouTube.
hi to
Oh,
everyone.
Kenneth said hi to everyone. Hi, Kenneth. It is so good to see you. No, thank you. I didn't see that. It was blocked. Thank you for joining us. If you have something to add to this discussion, please do. Is there any particular situation that any of my guests wants to bring up before we close our show tonight about something that they're trying to figure out whether they should be thinking short term or long term? Because, we did seriously think about pulling the plug today, and it's almost like, because we know life is short, we've got to stop being so self-protective, and that's what the ego is always about. It's about being self-protective against other people, being self-protective like you really can. You know something, guys? You may be plotting and planning as much as you want. Oh, and Betsy. Hi, Betsy. So nice to see you tonight. She's a great fan of our music, and she's a great support.
Oh, by
So,
the way, Beth, when you said pulling the plug, I take it you meant pulling the plug on the purchase of the motorhome?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, we almost did that, and then we decided not to. Um, but if we don't take action today, we will not have a thriving economy. We will not have fruits and vegetables. They won't be picked. The air will be too polluted. We will all be poisoned. Our children will be sick.
And we could lose our planet.
And we could lose our planet. So, hey guys, short term thinking, long term thinking, are they beginning to look closer? It's intelligent thinking, it's consciousness that we need. That's what we need, honesty, consciousness. That's the kind of thinking we need. So, there is no real battle between short and long term thinking. So, is there anything else anyone would like to share?
Would it be fair to say, think long term, act short term?
Well, I think what I'm saying is short term thinking is long term thinking, is short term thinking, is it's consciousness. It's consciousness that guides us in what we do, so that we became conscious of the fact that, hey, would we really, if something terrible were to happen to James, would we want to have spent this time together with this motorhome? And if nothing happens to him, and if it's all, a big nothing, wouldn't we be sorry if we missed out? So it's just becoming more conscious, more aware of the impact that we have on ourselves and everyone else and on our planet. So please share this. Is this show thumbs up on YouTube? Please, please. And give it a like or a love on Facebook. Share it with others. um, Write comments, even if you hear it later, and share some of the situations you're facing. If anybody else has something they want to share tonight, great. If not, all right.
Not anything different.
Not anything different. Okay. Well, I hope that this was helpful and interesting and hopefully added a little light to a subject that we don't talk about enough. And come see us tomorrow night. We're going to be doing the Kindred Spirits Band. It's music, magical improvs, and it's just music with some talking, inspirational, and we hope that that works out.
With your fabulous
technology.
keyboard and many instruments.
My new keyboard, yes, Lizzie.
I did think of something that came up because, sorry,
Well, anyway, let me
um,
just tell you that's at 7 p.m. Pacific time on Thursdays, and come back here next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. for the live show. So, what did you think of, Lizzie?
well, I don't know. I think this fits as far as we went and took our e-bikes out on a trail, not ever thinking we'd get back to mountain biking, and discovered that we could do it, and didn't blink an eye to get the right equipment for me to continue riding, because the bike I was on was not made for trails.
That is a perfect example. Instead of sitting there and saying, should we save this money? Oh my God, what's going to happen? You decided that if you don't live now, there might not be a tomorrow.
Yes.
And that seems more and more the case, actually. So that's a great example. Thank you for sharing that. You see how optimistic you really are. Okay, guys. Thank you to our audience. We love you, whether you come in live or you come later, and leave your comment and come back. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All right, now I'm going to do the outgoing music, which for some reason it never works right. It won't turn on. And there we go.